Hey guys, it's John, ReelBlue Custom Rods, and welcome back to another edition about the truth about Hitena Metallic Versa Blend. And today's color back here in the back, you kind of can't see it quite yet because of the rod blank. But this color back here is called Wood, and you can get these down in at Amazon. There's a link in the description below. On where you can pick these up from Amazon if you're interested. And you don't have to get them in a kit. They're selling them individually, so you can go there and pick them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this wrap, and you can see kind of this brown color and the silver thread that is incorporated in this metallic Versa thread. Again, this is going to come out kind of like a tiger wrap, if you will. So we'll get this kind of started here. And we'll cut this running end off. And we'll get going here. We'll start turning this and see how this is going to come out. So what I do like about it is it's two types of colors, right? So you have the silver, but then you also have the brown. So you're having a dark color on top of the light color. The dark color being the brown or the wood in this case, and the light color being the silver. So I think that's going to allow for us to see the rod pattern a bit easier here. So we'll just keep turning this, see what kind of patterns we're going to get out of this thread. Again, Hitena Metallic Versa thread here. And we'll keep going, probably for a couple inches, see how it kind of comes out. And then just get my wrapper lined up there a little bit. So when I'm looking at it, you can see it kind of has these striations or the stripe, and then it gets these lines. Then it makes that pattern again, and then we get a couple series of straight lines there. And again, that's giving you kind of the tiger stripe or the tiger pattern, the tiger camel pattern, or whatever you like to call it. That's what's kind of giving us that pattern. And then, of course, your pattern is always going to be different based on, the diameter of the rod that you're wrapping and the length of that wrap that you're doing, especially as the diameter tapers. For that part of the blank, it's going to continuously cause this pattern to change in the thread. So keep wrapping here. And then I'm just looking, I'm trying to see something here. And if you catch on, it's probably getting ready to change pretty quickly here. But for this pattern, you can see there's like a lot of irregularity, and then we get these lines, and then you look right here at the end, we get that wood grain look, that up and down, and then we're starting to get these straighter lines, if you will, that are kind of coming across. So I think this is going to change here within a few wraps. And yeah, it's changing already, as you can see. So I'll just wrap it a little bit more. And then you can see how it's kind of going back over itself, starting that pattern again. So we had kind of this long piece here, and then it's going into these individual stripes. So we had right there, and then it gets tighter. But all in all, I think this is a great color. I think this is a really good color. I would like to see this color of wrap, I think, on a custom painted wood grain blank. That would probably be pretty neat. And then let's just see where we're at as far as, yeah, so we're at a couple of inches worth of wrapping. So let's do this. Let's look at some colors that we think might work with this. So because it's brown and silver, so this is Pro Wrap Nylon 543. This is a green color, kind of a forest green. This, of course, would go with this color because green and brown always go. What if we incorporated Pro Wrap Nylon 819 with a gray color? I think that's pretty darn interesting. This gray will darken a little bit on top of that, just because it'll get darker when you get your finish on it. Of course, unless you put some sort of color preserver, or unless you went with something like this, which is 819, but this is a Pro Wrap Color Fast thread, so you can see the difference. So regular nylon on the right, Color Fast on the left. So that gray would stay that color here on the left. This Color Fast one, this one will keep its traditional color, whereas the nylon will darken up a little bit for you. And that regular nylon one likes to become a little transparent or a little translucent, if you will. If you went with an 862 nylon, that's just black, that would look okay. And this is Color Fast 320 or Pro Wrap Color Fast 325 in a red. That might look all right. Trying to see, here is a 552 Pro Wrap Nylon in the green color. And let's go with, oh, you know what I think might be a good color? I think this might work. This is Pro Wrap Color Fast 225. But the orange with that brown color, of course, that's going to go, that's, you know, kind of like your international orange and brown. Maybe 210, Pro Wrap Color Fast 210, a bit darker of an orange. Not a big fan of the oranges though with this. I mean, I am, but they're kind of a given. I want to kind of push the envelope here. I want to say this one here, I don't have the color number, but this is either, so this is a Pro Wrap nylon thread, but this is either Merlot or Burgundy. And I have one of each of them. So one's darker than the other. So if you're a wine expert, you can tell me down in the comments block which one's Merlot and which one's Burgundy. But I think they'll both go. They'll, of course, both would darken with finish, but I think both of these would work as well if you were to choose one of those colors for your over wrap, if you were using this one as an under wrap for the wrap. And then if you want to, again, you know, go with kind of the white color, again, 807 Color Fast Pro Wrap white, this would look great as well. The only thing is, as I've mentioned before, you know, if I'm using a white thread, a white Color Fast or any light colored Color Fast threads, the bigger your thread. So if you have a D, even with an A, but you know, if you go up to a D like this one, you're going to be able to see each individual thread as they lay side by side once you put your finish on it. It's not going to blend in like a nylon thread, hence why a lot of people like nylon threads. You know, if you have, you know, I don't want to say have an accident, but like when you're wrapping your threads, it's a little bit more forgiving with nylon thread than it is with a Color Fast thread. All right, so we're going to go ahead and tie this off. All right, and then we're going to give this a cut. And then we're going to transition down to our tiger wrap, or excuse me, our dragon scale, if you will. We're going to lay this down on top of this mesh nylon tape, sheetrock tape, and we're going to see how this comes out with the mesh nylon tape for a dragon scale wrap. So I'll just get this started. All right, pull that. All right, and now we can start turning this blank here. Start seeing what type of pattern, if any, we're going to get out of here. Again, the goal is to be able to see the dragon scale below the thread wrap here. And so it is initially, it is a little difficult to see that dragon scale pattern, right? It doesn't pop below the color of threads here that well, and I'm assuming it's because we're using a darker colored thread with that brown, and then it's just when you get to the silver part, it's bright, and it just doesn't let it pop as much. All right, so we'll keep wrapping this though, and see how this comes out, and we'll kind of do a little compare and contrast with the regular butt wrap or decorative wrap, the first one we did here. So we're moving right along. And again, I'm just going quickly here for the sake of time. I know your guys' time is important, so I'm just trying to go pretty quick here. Let me slide that down. All right, coming down towards the end. So you can see some of the pattern. I mean, you can see the dragon scale a little bit. You can see some of the raised sheetrock tape below it. And I'm just using the back side or the curved side of my burnishing tool here. I'm just using that and just rubbing that thread down over the top of that mesh tape a little bit to see if I can help get that mesh tape to kind of pop out of there. You know, looking for the pattern and the pattern of the tiger wrap or the Versa thread here. You know, the striations, but also getting some of the body, if you will, or the depth that would be created by the dragon scale wrap here is what I'm shooting for. And it's not, I think the silver is hiding a lot of it, to be honest with you. And of course the brown, because it's not, the brown's not metallic. You know, we're not getting, you're not getting much from the brown color when it comes to the dragon scale. You know, that's why we're getting most of it out of the silver, but then it's almost, you know, you're getting it from the silver. The silver is accentuating the dragon scale wrap, but the brown is basically muting it a little bit because it's a nylon type thread. It's not, the brown portion is not metallic. I think that's an easier way to say it. So here we go. We'll just keep wrapping this up. And then we'll go ahead and tie this off. All right. All right, so let's go ahead, move that, give it a cut. Okay. All right, and then burnish that or pack that thread down a little bit. There we go. Cut. Okay, so again, here is the wood, the Hitena Versa thread or metallic Versa thread in wood color on a dragon scale wrap, if you will, or on top of some mesh tape. And then here's what it looks like, just the standard decorative wrap by itself. So you be the judge. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer this wood color on the dragon scale or on the mesh tape, Or do you think it looks better just as a decorative wrap on its own, like this one here? Let me know down in the comments block what you guys think. As always, I appreciate your continued support to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do subscribe, turn on those notifications. That way you get notified every time I publish a video on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And if you're interested in seeing some more content on this wood color or some of the other ones I've done, and you've ever kind of been on the fence about becoming a channel member, I have been posting some videos on other things that I've been doing with this thread in the channel membership tab. So if you get a chance, or if that's something that you're interested in doing, make sure you go over there, take a look at it. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye.